Kingston music.
Yeah, welcome to the first stop of the Talk Up Youth School Tour. Woo, woo, woo! Powered by Unicef, and Allison's here. We're on the bus, on the national bus, making our way to Tivoli Gardens. Allison with Unicef, what's up? Why are you on this school tour? Why?
First of all, we're very, very glad to be here with Emprezz and the Talk Up Youth team, and also the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network, National Center for Youth Development. These are partners who we work with on a regular basis around youth issues. It's very, very important for UNICEF for us to be hearing directly from the youth in terms of what the issues are that are on their minds and most importantly, their ideas. So this is why we're here. Very much look forward to what they have to say today, and we're in it for the whole tour, full 3 months.
Javon, what's up? I need you to talk about Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network and why are you with us on the school tour?
Well,
Hold the mic, no man, I want you to take this for interview.
well, certainly we're glad to be on the Talk Up Youth Tour. The Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network is a youth-led, non-government organization that, speaks up on behalf of the young people and deals and advocates around their rights and issues that affect them and empower them as well to also do some of that advocacy. And certainly to hear from the constituents, certainly on this tour across the island, is something that we look forward to giving us certainly feedback from the ground to see how best we can go forward with their recommendations to highlight their issues as well. So going forward, we're looking for the fun for the tour, man. Turn it up.
Right now, stand up. Everybody say, I'm beautiful. I want you to do something with me. Ready? Say this out to me. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. Yeah. My name is Emprezz. My people, my people, my people. My youth, my youth, my youth. It's a pleasure to be here for the Talk Up Youth School Tour 2013, powered by UNICEF, National Bakery, Purewater, National Center for Youth Development, and the Jamaica Advocacy Youth Network. I would now like to introduce some people who would like to be here with you to help find some of the issues and the solutions to all of your problems here today. And he decided to join us on our first stop. Please welcome our artist, our brethren, Agent Sasco, also known as Assassin. Agent Sasco is going to drop some wonderful lyrics for you later, but he's going to sit on the panel and give some solutions to some of the issues that you will tell us about today. I would also like to, anybody watch the show Talk Up Youth? All right, so when we say Talk Up Youth, Miss Effie? Talk Up Youth! Woo! All right, so we'd like to introduce on the Talk Up Youth show. Give it up for Steppa! Yeah, man. Steppa is going to join us. He's also a youth empowerment officer, and he's one of the program directors for the National Center for Youth Development. And he's our Talk Up Youth dub poet, taking it to the streets, working in every juvenile center, working in every community. So give it up one more time for Steppa. All right, my youths. Before I introduce some of the students that you may know from TG, I would also like to welcome our teacher, Mr. Felton Robinson. Clap it. From grade 7, stand up, Hoisha Barton. From grade 8, Jamelia Washington. From grade 9, Janelle Jarrett. Jamelia, who else we got? Yannick Barnes from grade 10. And from grade 11, the only male representing TG on the panel today, would like to have a balance, but he's such a strong man. Give it up for Todd J. Davis. Can you please tell us some of the issues that the youth are facing today? Maybe for Taco.
Good afternoon, students. Some
say yes to is an act with someone doing something to you without your consent.
And rape is such a terrible thing. You know why? Because we all have a history of kings and queens. But they tell us that we come from slavery when the colonial masters brought us here, spat on us, kicked us, raped us, and told us that we were dirty, black, and ugly. And they raped our ancestors so that we could breed like animals to make more slaves. That is what they did to us. Yet we still do this to each other today. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that we could still be doing the same thing to ourselves today? So say we're going to break the chains. We're going to change the future. We're going to eliminate rape from our society.
As some of my fellow panel members have said before, you need to talk. This program is called Talk Up Youth, so you really need to talk. If someone, whether in your family, outside of your family, auntie, uncle, brother, cousin, your father even, once they put their hand on you or even say something to you that doesn't sound right, that doesn't feel right, you need to talk, because that is what leads up to it. Because once they continually do it, it's going to lead up until it goes worse. So, if you talk up.
Some of us as young people are facing emotional abuse.
One of the issues that young people are going through is peer pressure. Some of the issues that school children are facing are abuse, physical abuse by parents, even teachers.
Verbal abuse, physical abuse. A lot of you are going through it, even me myself.
One of the main issues, as you know, many of the panel members highlighted, is the actual talking up factor. And it is easier said than done. You can imagine, you know, if you live with your father, for example, and you can even live with your mother and your father doing something inappropriate. You hear say you lie, because mommy don't want to believe that, right? And you go to people in the community, people don't want to believe that, especially if the perpetrator is, you know, not viewed in that sort of way as a respectable person, and you know what I mean? So it can be a situation where you're afraid to talk because there's no way nobody ever believes the pastor really, you know what I mean?
It's never your fault. And sometimes we feel guilty when things happen to us. It's not your fault. But I want to go to the next issue of our young boys, too. Young boys have a lot of issues. Am I right or wrong? So I want to call up 3 young men from the audience to come up here and tell me some of the issues that the young youths are facing. Come, man, come. I want you all to just talk up about some of the issues that the young men are facing in Tivoli Gardens. Share that with us, please.
I think some of the issues are peer pressure and, well, bullying.
Okay, what kind of peer pressure and bullying?
Well, I would say, like push badness and things there. Like you push badness and things there. If you're not push badness, you can't get nothing. People are that thing like trouble, I think you're soft.
Hold on. So any bullies in here? If you see a bully, point them out. Let me see them. Point out the bullies at TG. Watch out. I'll go and bring them up here. Bring him up here. Sit that one there. Come here, bully. Come here.
I cannot speak on a personal background of being bullied because I've never been bullied before. I've been in a couple fights myself, but I've never really been bullied. I have a friend in the audience that has been bullied quite a while, and he has worked his way out of the problem by just simply ignoring it.
Put your hand up if you know somebody who's having sex. All right, put your hands down. Let me ask you, do you know a lot of young girls having sex with older men for money? Put your hands up. Let me find, please respond to that. Why are young girls having sex with older men for money?
Because maybe your parents or guardian don't have it to give you, so you go and they take it as granted. They take it as granted. The older man take it as granted, saying you don't have it, so they're going to use it. They're going to use it to give you what you want.
Steppa, what is this thing? You work with young people too, and what is this thing about these young girls wanting these big men?
Well, I think we are true it and we say the young girl want a big man. You have some men, them just really step out and prey on the youngsters, you know. It's like how sometimes in a society, you hear people say, well, there's a kind of hunger for blood, you know. Them, like you have some man that's a hunger for young vagina. You know, it's a serious thing. It's not no joke thing, you know. You see, when I do my own work and I check it out, the reality is that it has become a norm. It has become such a norm. And when I talk, you know what I'm talking about, you know. Right? It has become a norm for young girls to be preyed upon by older men. It happens in every kind of space. When you go into the space, it's an entertainment. It's a thin line between adult and young girl, you know. Adult and teenagers or youngsters, you know. Right? It is a reality. You know, a lot of people always mention the bus spaces, conductor, taximan, that kind of thing. That is one of the reality, but it is existing in our communities. So many of our young girls are being impregnated in the communities, and we don't see any lobby or stand up for the youngsters. You know, it's like it's a norm.
If you don't want your children to grow up having multiple men, you're not supposed to have so them can't see, because them say children live what they learn. So you should set the examples. The parents should set the examples for their child or children.
What kind of things do parents say to children when they're talking to you about sex? Come, miss, yes, okay. What do parents say to you when they're talking to you about sex?
My mother said why I should not have sex is because if I have it, who's gonna look for me with a big belly in front of me? And she said, when me have it now, my father who I live with me now, him say I can chop off my leg. So me say when he do that now, what much more pitney I can have left? One look at that. So I say daddy I can't do. I say now I wait till the age of 25 or 26.
No, this one now. Come,
enough mother, make them pin have sex because them get money out of it, you know. My mother, she tell me enough have sex because the man them go live for the road. Me know that already. Me a virgin, you know, miss.
Good.
Me know that.
Good.
But she always cuss me, call me white. Fuck my girl. I can't say it on the TV.
Right.
I realize a lot of discussion weaving in one issue that we leave out for morning, and is a critical one, and it's more than an issue with the youngsters, but in general, society in general, I think named materialism.
Talk up youth, talk up youth, talk up youth. Myself, illiteracy make me life messy. Whole day last week Thursday, me there half a tree. I look for Ligani and the sign there.
Yes, it does influence the young ones. For example, Vibes Cartel sing a samba class, and they see everybody start wear class reach almost 1,000.
Well, I think that the artist should be more self-regarded and realize that a lot of young people are out there listening to most of the things that they say. They need to sing their songs and practice what they preach, because Vibes Cartel come out with a new song now. Pull up your pants and put it by your waist. Tuck in a shirt, don't bleach your face. And everybody knows that him not do that. So it don't make no sense him a tell people that.
Why you used to bleach? Find the reason deep down in your belly and tell me.
Friends influence me.
Friends influence him. Now that is a major thing in our society. Friends, do you think they influenced you to do something positive or negative?
Negative.
Of course it was negative. Why did you stop?
Because I saw it was bleaching out my skin color.
And you like your skin color now?
Yeah.
Is it better naturally how it was?
Yeah.
In certain communities, they have people like Don, where they make you do something you don't want to do. Or like they're threatening your family for you to do something because they don't want to get caught.
Well, most of the times why juvenile in particular turn to guns is because when they leave school, most of them don't come out with a proper education or get the required level of academic excellence that they should have. So they're out there now on the streets rubbing out their handmiddle and someone sees them and seizes the opportunity and say, yeah, it's an easy one, this, so just hold this, and you know like an idiot, want to take it, not realizing that you have put yourself in a bit of trouble. I think a way to change it is to really implement more youth programs, to take them off the streets. The correctional facilities are being overcrowded with young people. The schools can implement programs.
Education is the best way. And to get the guns off the street, you have to sit down and talk with your children because nothing is hard in that. Just sit down and talk with them, no matter like you make them afraid of you. Just sit down nicely, talk to them, and then rough up the thing with them because some of them emotional like me love cry, you know.
There are different countries in the world that are poorer than Jamaica, and it's not an option to fire gun, kill, or rape. That should never be an option no matter how bad things get. Am I right or wrong? You have a choice. And no matter how bad it gets, my youth, you have a choice as to which road you're going to take. And for every action, there is a what? And for every action, there's also a reaction and a consequence. So you decide which one.
Check. Do you have something for me? Everybody want a vibe. If you want a vibe, say what?
Yeah.
Check. When the time we shine so louder. Check. I said, come on, everyone. I say, forget the troubles and all the vibe and carry on. Well, everybody carry on. Hey, Tivoli massive wagwan. Boy, we say big up everybody at Tivoli High School. You know, say nobody now swagger like you then. Put your hand up, man. Hey, boy, and it no really matter if it's only your 20. From your nose to your pocket, they no empty. Put your hand up, daddy. Never. Can you say when we say talk up, we talking the truth. Everybody in a talk up, you just put your hand up. Never. You see all of who now waste time in a class. Exam time and you're sure you are pass. Just put your hand up, daddy.